Testing microphone 1 2. Testing microphone 1 2. Good evening, everybody. How's it going? This is Biff back with you again tonight. I'm going to play some more Football Manager. I'm going to look at some Steam Discovery Queue, some Is There Any Deal, ITAD, and it's as much as I can think of right now. I do have a timer set for 1 hour because the last few times I've streamed, I've been here on my butt for like hours without getting up. And I got to get up and stand up and walk around and stuff. So, hope everyone's doing well. I'm hanging out here at home in the computer room, checking some stuff out. So let's see. Hop over to Is There Any Deal wait list. Let's see. Maybe some glasses will work out. Okay, so I see that Stardeus is 50% off. That could be a good game to try out. And that's a good price. It's been $30 forever. I mean, it was $30. I don't know if it's still in I don't know if it's still in. It's still in early access. So I think when I tried the demo for this, you can actually play it for free now on Steam for the next 2 days. I always seem to come in on the tail end of those things. It's like free for a week, and then I come in when it says, ends in 2 days. I don't know if it was free for a week, but so there's been a major update, May 7th, ship combat. Interesting. I know the premise was that there was a starship that was damaged, like almost catastrophically damaged, but there were a few survivors and some bots that you could control. And the idea was to repair the ship and get it to a certain point of functionality. And I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5 hours into the demo, and it was fun. It was fun. Now I don't know, I don't know how much gameplay they've added to it. It's been, I think, in pretty much consistent development. Let's look at the update history. Yeah, there's quite a bit of update history to it, going back to 2021. Actually, November 2020 is the first regular update, it looks like. So about 4.5 years. I don't know if the developer still does his stream on Twitch, but for a while there, he was streaming his coding and his development. Now let's see, because yeah, this fooled me before. Free weekend and 50% off. Ever since the Ship Combat update, I guess back in May, we've pushed over 20 plus updates with fixes and balancing. To celebrate this, we now have a 50% discount and free play until the week ends. Tell your friends, tell your grandma who's really into RPGs, and tell that annoying coworker who always thinking about their cat. We also heard that some other kind of quote edge world game has some space DLC coming up. This will surely prove we have the superior spaceship colony simulator. Yes, that'll show them. Let's see. Yeah, underscore Spajus, Spajus on Twitch. Live development streams. It looks like he's still doing them. Edgeworld. Oh, Edgeworld. I get it now. What is an edge? The edge of a coffee cup is a rim. Rimworld. Space DLC. Like I said, it was fun when I played it. Let's look at that though when we get into let's look at that when we get into the let's look at that when we get into the let's see what my stream looks like. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good over there. When we get into Steam, we'll look at it on Steam. So Stardeus. Let's see. Beam is still. Falcon Collection is still full price. Well, 4 games, $9.99. Out of Ore is still out there. Out of Ore, there's a streamer named Splitsy, and he calls Out of Ore Tonka. I don't know if you're a kid ever played with Tonka toys, the big metal like excavators and tractors and graders and all that stuff. And kind of what the game reminds me of. I mean, it looks like a big sandbox, really. It looks like a big sandbox where you get to drive all of the vehicles that you pushed around in the sandbox when you were a kid. It does look pretty cool, but I think I'll just wait for the price to come down a little bit. There's a demo on Steam I want to try. It's called Dispatch. And basically, I think it's about like it's a dispatch area for like a police station would have but it's a dispatch area for superheroes. So I guess there's some type of criminal activity going on and they dispatch a superhero to deal with it. That does look kind of interesting also. I think I've seen it on Twitch. Listed on Twitch as being played, but I don't think I've ever seen any gameplay. Okay. Well, I don't see anything right now on Is There Any Deal except maybe Stardeus. So that can go down. Pull up Steam. Scroll down here. See if this wants to come up. It does. Okay, so this is my exploring my queue. Train Valley Origins, the cutest management game about trains. Choo choo. Manage increasingly complex railroad, the rich history of railway transport awaits, from steam engines to futuristic marvels. Explore different eras and countries and witness the evolution of train technology. Now, see, that's something my daughter might be interested in playing at some point. So I think I will put that on my wish list. It's good. These kind of games are good for kids, I think, because they're problem-solving games. You try to solve problems. How do I route these trains around this area or something like that. Um, I don't know. Blood Grounds, no. Wild Gate is a PvP multiplayer shooter. No, I don't do shooters. 7 jobs at the same time. A point and click work simulator where you juggle 7 jobs to pay your debt. Start by doing simple spreadsheet and progress to more important job like overseeing a nuclear bomb. Nah, soccer boss. Now I know Lelujo, I was watching some of his videos on YouTube today. He was talking about how Football Manager hasn't had any competition in the marketplace for like 10, 15 years. And he thinks that that has led to them growing a little bit complacent with developing the game. On the other hand, I think the game is extremely complex and the systems that they've added into it. Now, see, he's played the game. He's played Football Manager and iterations of Football Manager for like 30 years because it didn't start out as Football Manager. It started out as, I think it wasn't even Championship Manager. Before that, it was something else. And so, I mean, yeah, for the last 10 years, some people have said that, and he has said that they haven't responded to the community as far as developing new features, adding in what he says are simple things that you should just be able to press a couple of keys on the keyboard and boom, that part of the code is done. I don't know what line of work he was in his life, but I did a little bit of coding when I was younger, and it's extremely difficult, and it can be extremely frustrating. And that's may have been what they found and why they canceled FM 2025, because they may have found that you had 5 or 10 different teams working on certain parts of the program and what they were trying to do as far as doing upgrades to the graphics and all that. Then you try to put it all together and it doesn't fit. Like when a spacecraft crashes into Mars, on its descent, it crashes into Mars because part of the team that was developing the spacecraft and the software was working in imperial, feet, yards, those distances. And another part of the team was working in the metric system. So they were measuring things in meters, centimeters, and the thing crashed into Mars because the two systems didn't work together. I guess they never tested it. So I guess the spaceship thought it was, it was still like 500 feet above the surface of the planet when it was actually 50 feet above the surface of the planet. And boom. That happened like within the last, I want to say 7, 8 years, I think that happened. Be the boss of your own soccer club. Be the boss. Everybody wants to be the boss. I always watch this. Kind of loud. Okay, 2D. I have a couple of hockey games that are like this. They're in 2D. They're still fun games. They're hockey management games. Dubrovka didn't move, doesn't look like. Yeah, I was gonna do something. 7 user reviews, not enough to. I'll watch it. I mean, I'll wish list it. Nin Online. Ninja. No, I don't think so. Fish Tank. Reality TV simulator. I think I'm going to ignore that just from the look of it. Private Military Manager. Tactical Auto Battler. I'm not really into auto battlers. If I was, I think I'd probably buy Mechabellum. I've seen that played. Super Mini Mart. Too many kids. Too much kitty stuff. Although, like I said, my daughter might like to play it at some point. We'll follow that one. Sheep. And I'm going to skip that one. Oh, it's all over. That was quick. That was quick. I'm going to go to I'm going to go into settings and check devices. Here we go. I think that's actually pretty good right there. Because my mouse is moving too fast. Oh, it's this what I'm going to do. It's going to refresh. Yeah, my mouse is moving too fast. So I did get a couple of things today. I did play some today off stream, offline, off stream. My team scored in 10 consecutive competitive matches. That's 75% of players have this achievement. Hat trick. My player scored a hat trick in a competitive match. 77%. You gave a player under the age of 23 their league debut. 73% of players have that achievement. So we're doing some achievos. I mean, I'm not. That's not why I'm playing the game, to do achievements, but let's see. He also said, Lolujo said that it would be tough for a new developer and company that would publish the game to come up with something like Football Manager, just in that Football Manager owns the licenses to produce this and use images and information like that from like the Champions League, the Premier League, all these different leagues out around the world. They bought licenses, to use them in their game. So let's see if it's going to come up here. There it is. So like I said, I have moved along in the game to September 17th. And then this is what our schedule looks like. We actually won Let's see. We actually went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games undefeated. Our first 9 games in the Vanderama South, we were undefeated. So we had a couple really good wins here. Oh no, this is our under 18 team. Let me filter them out. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 games undefeated in the Premier League or in the Vanarama South. So we were what, 5 wins, no losses, 3 draws for 18 points. That's what that would be. 18. We just lost 2-1. This is what gets me. Farnborough, at the time that we beat them 2-0, were the second best team in the league. We lost 2-1 the next game to Chelmsford, which was like 4 spots from the bottom of the league. This is like you just can't figure it out. And then we did beat Tavistock 4-2 in the first FA Cup second round qualifying. So that's something. You can see the games here, though. I mean, there's a week difference, but then right after that, a game 3 days later. Right after that, another game in 4 days. Another week, and then after that game, after a week, another game in 2 days, another game in 4 days, another game in 3 days, another game in 4 days. It's really tight. They've got to play 46 games in, what is it, 6 months? Started when? In August 5th. The last game of the year is April 20th. So yeah, I mean, you're just like back to back to back to back to back games. Plus, they want us to get into the FA Cup proper, which I believe. So FA Cup proper would mean that if we get into the FA Cup proper, we're probably going to have a game here. We're going to have a game here, and it's interesting because after we got into yeah. So we won that first game in the first round of the FA Cup. It says we've been awarded $4,210 for winning. So, $4,200 for winning against Tavistock. Where did that money go? It went into the bank account. I still don't have a transfer budget. They didn't even top off my current wage spending. It's just, and I'm still trying to sell these players. I'm just gonna have to go in and say, hey, if you want this player, like this guy right here, I'm just gonna put him up for anybody who wants him. Maybe I can go to what? Unwanted. I'll sell him at any price. But I was speaking with somebody in my stream yesterday. I think they said if you sell the player, you actually have to pay if you break their contract, basically. Because he's got a contract until next May. Now, I think when I started this save up, I think I started it back in when did I start it? 15 days ago. That's what it says. I don't think that's right. I think it dropped off some of my, let's go to the schedule for training. That schedule was started August 28th. I think they fall off. Yeah, see, I can't go back even. They just fall off as the months or the weeks roll by, they just fall off on the end. I wonder if there's a way for me to tell when. Anyways, I might have started early because they said if you start before the normal July 3rd start date for English soccer, if you start before then what the club does is anyone who has an expiring contract, they just sign them up for another year. So I think if I run this again, if I play this again, this save, I'm going to do it where I start on the regular July 3rd start date, because that way these players, I mean, you can go into here and see, let's see, I'm going to go into, you can see right here, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players that have a 1-year contract until 2024. And I think all of those players had expiring contracts and they got signed by the club automatically at the start of the game, because they needed to be under contract. That's I think that might be the part of the way that the game makes sure that you have a full squad. It's like, okay, you need a full squad, so we're going to re-sign these players for another year. Yeah, see, all of them end on June 30th. So I don't know how that works, but I've got a lot of players that I could sell and make some money so I could sign some other players, but I can't. Okay, my next game is Hemel Hempstead. Hemel Hempstead is they are in 22nd place. They've won one game, drawn 3, lost 5. We're up here. We've won 5, drawn 3, lost 1. So we're on 18 points, but we've got that deduction. This is goals for. We've got that 10-point deduction. So if I didn't have that 10-point deduction, I'd be on 18 points. And with our goal difference of 12, we would be in 5th place, up above Hampton and Richmond, because we'd have 18 points. What is our goal difference? Yeah, goal difference is 12. We actually, I think, had a goal difference as high as 14, I believe it was. No, we had a goal difference as high as 13, I think, because Worthing had 14. Anyways, that's kind of where we're at. I played the game some today and did pretty well. Did pretty well. I don't know why this won't. Oh, okay. So on we go. We have no money to buy players. We have no money to hire any, to bring in any even free agents. I think I might have got some staff in for the youth team. No, still haven't done that yet. I think the last thing that we heard was nobody wanted to. Job's already been advertised. We didn't get any answers to the advertisements. So right now, the assistant manager is managing the youth team. Well, that's taken a while to, maybe because it had to account for all of the FA Cup games. I don't know. Okay, I have my head scout scouting our next opponent. And you can see, though, I think it showed up here that the info that he had was like a little bit sketchy. Goalkeepers command their area well. Team is in general possess a high level of anticipation. They create very poor chances from set pieces, only managing an average of 0.04 XA. I think XA is like your expected. No, I think it's your, is it your average XA? So they're the 22nd best across the division. Taub's ability on the counterattack may help exploit this. The squad isn't the best in terms of overall teamwork. Lapsil's work ethic may help to exploit this. Well, let's see, how is Staub's? So Austin Booth has heavy. Staub's has heavy. So I may not be playing Staub's in this game. Of course, what's today, the 17th? What date was it again that the game's going to be played? The 23rd. So we have 4 days. So let's see how our squad improves. Now, that's a question I have because, you have your squad here. I'm going to switch this to, I want to pick my best 11, and only one of my best 11 has heavy match load, Mr. Krask down here. But I'm wondering if I didn't change this and I had that other 11 in here, would they be the ones primarily, would they be considered like the first team that are getting like most of the reps and stuff? Um, or just the whole team works together? I think the answer to that is in the training thing. If you come over here, click on attacking patient for this session, 3 sessions a day. Sessions are split up into positional units. So you have the attackers, you have the defenders, you have the goalkeeping. So I think it's the whole first team. The whole first team works together on that training. He's injured. Ollie Tomlinson is injured. So we're going to remove him from the position. I want to bring, probably bring Jenkin Davis over here. And then I want to bring, who are we going to bring over? McGavin. Where's McGavin? Yo, McGavin. Oh, there he is. Here we go. He's best on the wing, attacking. Collins is best on the right wing, supporting. So I'm going to flip these guys. I want him to be an inside forward attacking, because that means he'll move in from the left. He'll cut inside from the flanks and run directly at the center of the opposition's defense and work best with the player's strongest foot is opposite to his flank. So his best foot is his right foot. All right, so my bench is going to be midfielder, striker, defender. See, I look at my players, I go, okay, this guy, he plays one position basically. He plays striker. He's competent at that other position. But like Brad Ash, he can play striker. He can play accomplished midfielder. He can play attacking midfielder. He's accomplished at that. He's competent at midfield. So I'd rather have him in there than David Barnes because Ash is more versatile. But see, what they're looking at is current ability and potential ability. So Ash, I don't think has that potential ability. No, he's reached his full ability right now. He's 27 years old. That's why they want me to play David Barnes. Then Austin Brooks, he's got a 3.5-star potential, but I still need coverage for Martin. Jules Zoll, his current ability is 1, but he has 4 to 4.5-star potential. Yeah, let's see. So this is my best 11 as far as I'm concerned. So let's see where this might take us. So they do have some affinity between these two players here, but not their whole midfield. So I was up here against that game against Chelmsford. Yeah, Chelmsford was right here as far as scoring goes, and they beat us 2-1. So you can see by these dots here, we're up here, high scoring, clinical shooting, low scoring, wasteful shooting. We frequently win the ball, but we're loose in possession. Actually, both of us are. Both teams are. We are aggressive shooting, clinical shooting. They are passive shooting and wasteful shooting. Oh, we already have that, didn't I? No, this is scoring. This is shooting. High number of set piece goals. They have a low number of set piece goals. So how do we want to we should probably invite crosses. Let's finish looking at that. Let's see if we can find so do I care about this? Okay. I wish it gave you information on here. Like, what team are you talking about? um, are you talking about Hemel Hempstead? Yes. Okay. So I want to try to find their positioning. We have quiet defense, impenetrable defense. Where is Hemel Hempstead is busy defense, leaky defense. Okay. So what I'd like to do is on this is kind of set this right away. I want to play positive at the beginning of the game. I want to pass into space. I want to be more direct, higher tempo. We can still play for set pieces, work the ball into the box. I want to run at the defense and be more expressive. Let my players be more expressive. In transition, I want to counter press and counter, distribute quickly, take short kicks, kick the ball out with short kicks. Usually I trap outside. Now that's something where this might be able to, that's kind of what I was looking for. I was looking for a report. I was looking for a report on where they like to play. And that's not it. Oh, that's what I wanted to look at. I want to look over here. I like these scatter graphs. Movement. Pitch tilt. What is that? Final third dominance numbers might be worth checking. Teams produce a high number of passes against us in the final third compared to the average. We produce less than average number of passes in the final third. So Weymouth and Havant. Teams produce a high number of passes against us. Dover, Truro. That might be because I'm, I don't know. Final third passes per game. Fewer passes against in the final third, lots of passes for. I'm not sure how to read this. Final third passes against per game. Not sure how to read that one. When we're first the ball from defensive set pieces, it happens mostly in the center of the box. That's good. That's where I want it to happen. We're often first the ball from attacking set pieces in the near post area. We're often first the ball from attacking set pieces in the far post area. We're often first the ball from attacking set pieces in the center of the box. Okay. Well, you just kind of doesn't make any sense, but oh, that's our own box. Okay. So this is all us. I want to see what other teams do. Movement. Our attacking movement numbers are worth a look. We dribble more than the average team. We are fouled more than the average team. Where's Hemmel? They are at fewer dribbles and infrequently fouled. So they like kicking the ball, looks like. They like moving the ball downfield that way. See, there's a setting. There's a setting in the game setup where you can set the game so that you can see every person's attributes. You know, basically they're fully scouted. I did not set it up that way, but I have seen some streamers set it up that way where you can basically see every player. You don't have to scout them. You can see what their attributes are if you want to go for them. I play with Fog of War. Well, in their previous 14 matches, Hemel Hempstead Town used two different formations, 4-3-3 DM wide. Previous 14 matches faced 8 different formations. Commonly faced was 4-4-2, which they played against for 535 out of 1,300 minutes. Seven of 21 goals in the last 14 matches have been scored in the last 15 minutes before halftime. I don't know if that's us or them. Because Marshall's my player. Marshall's aerial ability may help to combat this. Well, Marshall is my player. Let's go over here to this tactics. He's my player, and he has what for an aerial ability? 12. Got 11 bravery. Oh, looks like these are going up, right? Is that what that means? These are going up. Well, that's good. But I don't know if these mean 6 of their 18 assists allowed. Using the word alarming, I don't know if that would be me alarming. But Hemel Hempstead is got a negative got a -4, so let's see. Goals for 14, goals against 16. So they don't have 18. So is that us then? Goals for 22, goals against 8. Yeah, see, my goal difference is 14. So why here does it say that it's 12? Oh, maybe this is just in the league and this is overall. Because my goal difference in the FA Cup game was 2. It was a -2 though. 18, 6, 22, 8. Yeah, because we scored 4 goals in the FA Cup game. And then we had 2 goals against us. So this is in the league, 18 and 6 against. So that must be us, right? That must be us. 6 of the 18 assists allowed in the last 14 matches have come from inside the penalty area. Okay, well, show me how do I defend the penalty area? It says they play a 4-4-2, but if you come over here, it says they play a 4-3-3 DM wide. I mean, does that mean they're going to play a 4-4-2 against us? Where am I? Back up here. Let's just make a little noise there. Oh, that just is training schedules. It just takes you to the training. And this is our scouting. Whitaker's match analysis. So they won what? 3-1? Here's our shot map. That's the goals against Dorchester. So they attacked on the left. Okay, Dorchester. Where is Dorchester? Well, let me scroll. Okay. Okay, Yeovil. Okay. Where's Dorchester? That must have been the FA Cup, yeah. Where's Dorchester? They won 3-1. Dorchester was league position. It doesn't say. They're a semi-professional team. I won my game against. I think it was mine a semi-professional team also. I won 4-2. I think it was. I have such a hard time finding the scores in these things. I don't know if they're in the same spot every time. There it is, right there. Oh, I went 4-2. Two basically just balls over the top, and the forwards ran on them, got behind me. So that's the danger of running this type of system. So in possession, we're going to regroup. I think this is dribble less, this is dribble more, and then if you click off these, it's just dribble normally. We're going to use our attacking width and trap outside, do a high press to begin with, and we're also going to be positive. I'll get a message from I will get a message from the assistant manager that I need to change things because it's the second time I've seen Foden's face up there. Man City won. They won 1-0 over Tottenham. Their margin of victory should have been greater. Well, it should have been what it was. Here's the training that's been planned for the next few weeks. You previously made some changes to my recommended schedule, and I don't like it. Yeah, I recently had one game that was I had like 22 shots on goal, and I think I scored 2 goals. Just it's just kind of I don't know. Just it's hard to tell. Anthony, I'm going to send you out on loan. And you're making what? You are making $60 a week, right? Yep. So I'm going to send you out on loan, and I want the other team to pay all of your salary. Why not? It's only $60. Maybe I'll get a loan done. Asa Hall is currently seen as the regular starter, but I recommend changing his status to a fringe player, which would better reflect his ability compared to the rest of the players at the club and be better suited to what he currently deserves. I'll tell you what, he's one of my best players. Let's move on. I believe Zola's ability is better suited to the under 18 squad at such a young age. He would be a regular player within the squad. Okay, but I'm probably going to be calling him up. I don't know. How many times can you call a player up to your squad from the under 18s? Can you just do it anytime you want to? That's why I have him up here, because he's my left back. He's my left backup replacement. Move on. Brad Ash is excited potential, but he's got exciting potential? What does this mean down here? Yeah, somebody scout him. I don't know. Somebody to do a report. He's a right winger. He could be successfully retrained as a left winger. Yeah, he performed subpar in training. Leading player for the most regional Premier Division sides for most. He tends to be a peripheral figure in the squad, fairly poor in the air, fairly inconsistent performer. Potential to be a decent Vanarama South striker in the future. But he just doesn't work hard. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. Let's go down here and do this. We'll leave that up there. And I'm gonna take a break. Just walk around a little bit, stretch my legs. So I'll be back in a couple minutes. Thanks. Hey everybody, I'm back. Thanks for the break. Um, what were we looking at? Yeah, see now this isn't efficient. It doesn't say that I'm under staffed here. I lack depth because I've got a starter and a backup. I mean, I don't always bring them into the team because you only get 5 subs. Now in the FA Cup game, we got 7 subs. But in this league, you only get 5. And it's tough. It's tough. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep my squad with players that have heavy match loads. I'm letting them rest. And then just trying to manage the game with what I have. And trying to keep this here. This is really important. Control the midfield. Okay, this is the staff meeting. Oh, go back to the staff meeting. Brad Ash. What were we going to do with Brad Ash? I was going to maybe talk to him about his training. They did say, not like in a couple of the hockey games that I have, East Side Hockey Manager and FM11, which is FM11. Um, FHM, Franchise Hockey Manager, which is made by the same company that does Out of the Park Developments Baseball. It's made by Out of the Park Developments. And those two games, I think it's set that like once a player reaches about 26 years old, they've kind of maxed out their potential, whatever they're going to learn, whatever their abilities are. They've hit a plateau basically, and they'll plateau until they start going down as they get older. I thought it was kind of the same in this game. So for me, it'd be like, well, he's 27 years old. He's reached his full potential. Um, so he's not going to get any better. The thing is, he can play at striker. He can play all across the midfield. So that's why I tend to have him in as a substitute. Okay. FA Cup third qualifying round draw today. The draw for the English FA Cup third round qualifying round is made today. 91 teams will go into the hat for the 40 matches to be drawn, while teams as varied as Yeovil Town, Scunthorpe United, with teams as varied as Yeovil Town, Scunthorpe United, and Brockenhurst. What about us? Tavistock is still in it. We beat them in the first round. That's for the sake of brevity. Well, I can show you. View the draw. So there's a bunch of live reaction here. I don't know if this is social media or like, yeah, this is social media. I thought it might be reporters and stuff. So reporters would meet here. They draw to see what teams match up against each other. You start the draw. Hello, everybody. Julio Arca here. I'll be your host with the most for the English FA Cup third qualifying round draw. It's hard to believe this year's edition of the competition is the 152nd, and it's a privilege to be in this position today. So you can set the speed for this. You can advance it by clicking here. You can drop down and just say advance to the end or advance to your team. And then I guess at the end it will show you there's going to be like 40 matches. So 91 teams are in the pots. I don't know why there's 91 teams, but only 40 matches. So let's go ahead and start it. See, it goes pretty slow. First name drawn is Leamington. Next is Blythe. Eastbourne Borough against Haringey. Alfreton. Bishop's Stortford. Let's advance to our team. Let's see who will be chosen next match for Torquay. Cray. Cray is a semi-professional, fairly ambitious semi-professional team. Can we see where they are in the pyramid? It doesn't say. It's a friendly. I don't know. Uh, do I have to? I'll just skip the rest of it. We got drawn against Cray. Torquay United will play Cray Wanderers in the English FA Cup third round qualifying round. Torquay have been drawn as the home team in the match, so the game will be played at Plainmoor on Saturday, September 30th, 2023, with the draw pitting a semi-pro outfit away to a bigger team in the Gulls. A bumper crowd is expected for what will undoubtedly be a fascinating and hard-fought tie. Current holders of competition are Man City. They play at Hayes Lane in Bromley, England. Field conditions perfect. So, go to my scouting team. Scouting. Because I thought if I set this match and team analysis to next opposition and then set this, because I want my head scout and my best data analyst to do that. But when I set it like this before, I come back in, it's not set. So I don't know how that works. You only do it for one game at a time. I want them to scout my next opposition every game. Every game. So is Cray my next opponent? No. Hemel Hempstead. So I'll have to remember that after I play Hemel Hempstead, I've got to reset that. Okay, here's 3 subs can be used from a maximum of 5 named. Kayland Hines is out of the game from torn ligaments. He is contracted to Hemel Hempstead. Where is he playing? Midfielder, center, striker. He's with Hemel Hempstead. Is he on the senior squad? Oh no, I don't want the senior. I want the players senior squad. What was his name? Kayland Hines. See, I don't have him scouted. Now I wonder, let's just take a look at the schedule. Oh, okay. 28 to 30. I thought it was used to be like 26. Yeah, I wanted to look and see though, I played Chelmsford, I lost to them. I'm just curious. Yeah, it just seems to me like there'd be some type of okay, it does show potential, but it doesn't show their current. So yeah, I was curious because you must have scouts at your games, like bring one scout so that they can watch the game and see how the team plays because you're going to play them again. You play, you play each team twice, so it'd be good to kind of get an idea of who the best players are on their team. Um, but Hemel Hempstead, no, I don't have. Dope. Right now, Hemel is 1, 3, and 5. So I'm playing Torquay, which in 2022, 2023 had a 10-point deduction for going into administration. So right now I have 5 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss. I have 8 points and with a 12 goal differential. If I didn't have that deduction, I'd be like in 5th place. I'd be challenging for, right? I'd be in the playoff position at least. But the goal is to get up there. So what is going on, Ragtag? What is going on this evening, this morning, this afternoon, tonight, or maybe tomorrow morning? Okay, let's see. Let's keep going. Okay, we're gonna put a match review right here. Thanks for showing me that, Aaron. You have to keep going back here to this to make sure. Who do I play next? Hemel. Okay. Then I should have a training session after the Hemel Hempstead game. Yeah, I mean match review after Hemel. Okie doke. Not much happening? No. Yeah, me too. I did start out the season with 8 wins without a loss. We were 5-3. So that was pretty cool. And then one of my players got a hat trick. That was kind of neat. A couple of achievements there that I wasn't really planning on. Under 18s win FA Cup Youth Cup first qualifying round. 5-1. Nice. Charlie Tully. He is 16. 1 star with. So do you know what this means down here, Ragtag? It says report. Does that mean that there's a report on him that his potential is like 4.5 to like 4 to 4.5 stars, something like that? Yeah, let me show you the problem that I have because Torquay was in administration. I've got no transfer budget, and I'm $35 over my payroll spending. So I've been trying to get a left back because Daniel Martin is my starting left back. Dean Moxey is my starting left central defender, but he is also my backup left back, like an emergency left back. And Jules Zola is a 16-year-old who just played for me like a couple weeks ago. He's making $65 a week, like as an emergency. And sometimes I don't even get him in the squad. So I have no money to do transfers. I'm trying to get dump some players off. Like Louis Sinot. I'm trying to get rid of Kevin Dawson. He's on $1,100 a week in salary. I could get 2 players, 2 pretty good players for that. But he just signed a contract, and I think this part of the game that I'm playing, I think I might have started early. And at the end of June, they just offer every player whose contract is expiring, they offer him a 1-year contract. So you can see all these guys are on a 1-year contract. And he doesn't want to go anywhere. I don't need him. He's my 5th best midfielder, and he doesn't want to leave because he just signed a new contract. So it's kind of stuck. Everybody's under contract. I have no expiring contracts. It's kind of a mess. Let's see. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of good players come through here. I go to the board. The board says no more money for you. Yeah, the thing is they're free, but I have no money to pay them. I have no. Now that's a question you might be able to answer for me. So the board is happy with me. I'm working within the payroll budget. I'm on course to do that, it says. It's content with my control over the payroll, but I'm $35 over on payroll. Um, we're on course to, so I'm on course with the payroll, but I have no money in the payroll to get even free agents. I can show you this over here, my inbox. Down here, our first win. We won our first game in the FA Cup second qualifying round. We got $4,000. And guess where it went? It went into the owner's bank account. I didn't get any of it. If he had upped my spending by like maybe $1,000 for uh, payroll, I could get another left back. Oh, let's see. I I don't know if doing the transfer budget, I don't know if that would help me. I guess I could switch some of the transfer budget if they increased it over into payroll. Well, let me try that because I haven't asked them about that. I did ask them about increasing the payroll budget, but they wouldn't do it. We'll get back to you in a couple of days. Committed spending, where's that at? Oh, committed spending is 21, yeah, 360. So I'm actually my budget is 21,335, so I'm actually $25 over. I'm $25 over budget. I mean, how far over budget can I go before they fire me? Because it'd be nice if I could move some of my scouting budget into one of these because right now my scouts are out there scouting and I can't hire anybody. So it's like it's a waste of money for me to have scouts because I can't get any players anyway. I don't have the payroll to pay them. Really? Nearly bankrupted them. I mean, it's a challenge. I'm doing okay. Like I said, my first 8 games of the season, I was undefeated. So I was undefeated. One of the teams that I beat was at the time it was in second place in the league, and then the team that I lost to was like 4 off the bottom. So it's like you can't really tell what's going to happen. Okay, Kettering, North Shield. So are we coming up here on a game 19? No, we still got time. Right. Yeah, Prometheus. I was just telling Ragtag that yeah, but that so I have no transfer budget. I have no payroll budget to pay a left back. I mean, I could always go in and see if that's a question I had too. How do I get So you're saying ragtag maybe loan in, like I take from another team a left back, maybe for free? Because how do I look at that screen? Um, well, like for example, back up here, squad planner, like for Kevin Dawson. How do I look at the transfer room screen without having to come to a player and actually go into that screen? Is there another way to get in there? Yeah, right. Well, I could always tell them I don't want to pay any. So how do I get into there's so many buttons and stuff here. Yeah, see my payroll available, negative 25. Transfer budget remaining, 0. Look under scouting, okay. Scouting. Yeah, same thing over here. I know there's got to be a way to under players in range. Oh, I know I saw it on a different screen. Scouting under players. Okay. Oh. Oh, I didn't know that was there. I did not know that that was there. What do you think I could bring my scouting budget down to? I mean, if you so if I did move money from my scouting budget over my transfer budget, if I ran out of money in my scouting budget, would that just mean I have to let go of the scouts and just not do any more scouting? Or would I like go on the negative for paying scouts that um paying payroll to scouts? I'd have to like cancel their contract or something, right? Look under scouting under players in range. Yeah, I've seen these. And look at loan listed players. Maybe clear this. Let's see. Players found. Loan listed. Transfer status, loan listed. Loan status listed. It's never worth lowering the transfer budget. Right. That's I was just saying though, can I lower my scouting budget to get some transfer money? But then how is that going to affect my scouting if I run out of money for the scouting budget? Let's do new search. Role. Age between 15 and 30. Attributes or role. Wingback. Oh, let's Let's go back, edit the search. Let's go to 1. What do I have here? Loan. Matching 19 of 19. Oh, it's never worth lowering your scouting budget. Get rid of the attributes. Okay, here's a guy here. He's on £6 a week, or $6 a week. Sam is 17. He is a left back. I could scout him. I have some other players scouted in my, but then how do I get the money to pay him? The guy from Birmingham. Chris Ogre. I don't have any scouts available, but 425 a week. Yeah, that's like I said, if I can get $1,000, I can get two good players. But how do I get the money to pay him? Just loan him in. So is this where we can go into the that transfer window, the transfer, whatever it's called? Under make an offer. There it is. There it is. As this would be an important transfer for the club, it might be appropriate to ask them to negotiate the transfer for you. Should I interact with the board to ask them to negotiate the transfer for me? I mean, I don't even know if he's worth it. So, yeah, I want them to pay 100%. Yeah, see, they're not willing to pay anything. I don't have any, and I have no money here. So I'm the loaning club. See, that's what's kind of confusing to me. I don't know if you guys live overseas. I live in the US. But to me, loan, you have loan and borrow. If somebody gives me something, I borrow it. They're loaning it to me. You want to pay 0, okay. See, they're loaning it to me. But in this, the loaning club is the club that's actually borrowing. And that's what's confusing to me, is that I would be borrowing the player from Birmingham. I'd be borrowing the player from Birmingham. They would be loaning the player to me. So when I first did a couple of these in a different save, playing salary percentage. Oh, I want you to pay 100%. Or no, I thought this was me. So I'm like, the proportion of the player's salary to be paid by the loaning club, I put 0. I don't want to pay anything. I want them to pay all of it. But that's not how this is. So I wound up paying players' salaries, and that did not help my bottom line either. So just make an offer. So I could just go through and just offer um, suggest terms. Oh, okay. Down here, suggest terms. Birmingham negotiated the offer for Chris Ogre. Birmingham would require a playing salary contribution of 40% and an unused salary contribution of 40% to allow Chris Ogre to go on loan. And that he can be recalled. It exceeds the board's maximum allowance. The board will not allow an amount this high as it exceeds their limits. I have the worst board in the world. My board hates me. So that's back in scouting, right? No. Yeah, players in range. The one from Barnsley. Hayden. He's 18. He is he can play left back and wing back. So go through the same process. Make an offer. Just the same thing until I get a hit. So then just click on select terms, right? See, the guy from Birmingham, just loan him in, make an offer, click loan offer. You want to pay 0, and then just click on suggest terms. Okay. They want 40%. So just keep trying until I find somebody that'll go for it. Wow. Be nice if there was a computer program that would do that for me. Oh, wait, this is a computer program, but it's not going to do that. I got to go through this thing. So I like players that can play multiple positions. He is what? Why was he orange? Well, he's 32. Only signed Thomas as a last resort. Reasonable knowledge of him. Well, he is kind of a last resort, actually. A useful backup to the first team. That's what I need. Oh, was he? It's not showing the club though, again. Let's see, auto size columns. All right, come on over here. So maybe then I can pull you over here. Cambridge. Okay. Maybe go for ability. Can I change that in here? Change the ability that I'm looking for. Grade is at least. Oh, okay. Right, I got to change this every time too. Oh, look at that. Hemel Hempstead's got one. I like ones that can play like multiple positions too. It just makes it maybe Hull would send down 18-year-old AJ Weston. Let's see if Hull will do it. Make an offer. Loan offer. 0000. Suggest terms. Hey, it worked. Hull have negotiated the offer for AJ Weston. Hull would require no salary contribution or monthly fee to allow AJ Weston to go on loan. Should I accept the demands? This guy here, AJ Weston, take him? This would be an important loan for the club, and it might be appropriate to ask the board to negotiate the transfer for you. I already did negotiate the transfer. Yes, accept. Okay. So now it might be like a day before he gets here, right? And then I'm going to be able to see AJ Weston. So then I'm going to be able to see what he does. He get like does he get rated like right away when he comes into my club? Do I get to see what his stats are and stuff like that? Few days, okay. Again, we're on 19 September and our next game is 23rd. Okay. Hull left back AJ Weston reportedly a lone target for recently relegated Torquay, according to reports from Daily Mirror. The Gull's interest in Weston is mounting after it emerged that they are believed to be ready to discuss terms on a loan deal, which will likely prove financially favorable to the club. The left back is reportedly very keen on making the move and would welcome the opportunity to discuss terms. Weston reportedly wants assurances regarding his playing time, and Torquay would reportedly consider him a more important player. Okay, let's see. Preferred position. Yep. Preferred role, complete wingback. Sure. Playing time, squad player. Sure. So he's not even concerned about a contract. It's just a loan, so you don't sign. I mean, you can, but a loan, signing a player to a contract, I'd have to do a transfer, which I'm not doing. So let's see if he's in the squad yet. Do I have anything on him? Not yet. So probably what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send that kid, Jules Zola, back down to the under 18s. Okay, so Kurashianis is now homegrown. I have to play him at least once in 5 matches. Does it matter if he starts or can he come on as a sub? He is where? He's a youth team player. So squad planner. I'm going to send him back down, I think. Depends on when the guy gets here. He should start 20 matches for, let's see, we're in match number 10 maybe? So yeah, he could start 20 matches. I mean, I don't have any conditions though. So if I start him in 20 matches, does that mean I have to buy him? Let's see rules. It's got some pretzels here. It's not really comprehensive, these rules. There's some stuff here I cannot find. Oh, so if I don't start him at least 20 matches, the club is going to recall him because they can terminate the loan, right? That was part of the deal. There's a maximum of 20 medals for the winning team, allocated by number of appearances. Is that all you can do? You can't afford to make 21 medals or 22 medals? Mm. This is what I was wondering about. So squad registration happens between April 30th and March 28th. Oh, that's a transfer window. So what do I have to do? What do I have to do to register players? All left back AJ Weston to the folks. What? 3 hours and 45 minutes ago. It says that Hemel Hempstead have declared their intention to bring Hull left back AJ Weston to their team. So are Hull gonna like cancel this and then loan him out to Hemel Hempstead? Oh, in this division, you don't need to register players. Okay. Looks like I'm getting FM'd by FM. They want to take AJ Weston away from me. What? Hull have accepted the loan offer from Hemel Hempstead for AJ Weston. But the game says that they just accepted the loan offer. What? At this time, we're unable to grant your request. Oh, I thought it said board respond to board request. Increase transfer budget. I saw increase and I'm like, oh, they're increasing it. Okay, Weston needs to accept it. So are you telling me as of right now, I don't know if he's coming to me or if he's going to Hemel? Is that what's happening? Let's see, transfer. Says he's coming. But he still has to accept it. How come over here it says contract? So maybe I didn't finish processing it or something? That orange The orange up here. Um, yeah, there was an orange continue button up here. So maybe I needed to click on that to process it or something. Maybe he was waiting for me to process it. Rejected. But the man seems so nice. He's got such a nice smile. You walk into his office. He said, "Yeah, we're responding. We're responding to your request for an increase in transfer budget." And then he goes, "Rejected." Big smile. Rejected. Thanks a lot. Yeah, I get all these notices. You got to sign them to a professional contract. I have no payroll money. You keep sending me these things. I know I should be signing them. I have no money. So let's see if he is in the team. I think the match is in 2 days. Yeah. Excuse me. Let's see. Transition. Quick forwards who could cause our slower backline problems. Okay, let's go into tactics. Transition. We regroup. We're going to regroup after we lost possession. We want to counterattack because that's kind of what we are as a counterattacking team. We want to attack wide because we have fast wingers, quick wingers. I think we'll say be more disciplined. So that way, hopefully, we have more possession. I've got a good midfield. These guys work really well together. Get rid of the overlap. Is that in possession? This here? Yeah, I don't think I've seen my Daniel Martin. He's set as a wing back. I guess you should probably have him on support. Usually I trap outside. Sometimes I get specific instructions to do that. But yeah, I'm trying to keep the tempo down a little bit. There's been games when I've counter pressed and I've countered. But then my players get tired like really fast. But I try to do more of an upbeat tempo, at least for like the first half. Um, because like I said, I've got fast forwards. I want them to get in behind defenses. So so I'll get an email saying when he signs, okay. So I'm still gonna be in the same boat for this week. So I can bring him into the team. Like I said, I like players that can I like players that can play multiple positions, like this guy. Gives me more options. Okay, they're all on light, but they're all on. These guys might be able to play the whole game. I haven't played in a week. So that's good. Now watch. This is what happens. The game's on the 23rd. Tomorrow's the 22nd. So there will be an injury to one of these players. Pretty much goes without saying. The overlap wastes chances. So I do have a set piece coach. So my set piece coach pretty much monitors all this stuff. And then just like here, it says in this phase. So how do I do these two things? So I click on possession phase, and what do they come back with an analysis? Analyze weaknesses in the opposition's defensive structure. I click on here. Recent match analysis, 5 positives, 5 negatives. We scored from 2 of 23 shots attempted from outside the penalty area. We scored. Those 2 shots were in one of our first games. One of our midfielders, he takes the free kicks. He had um, two free kick goals from 27 yards out. So this is really good. And then these are okay. 4 of the 6 goals we've conceded have been scored from positions close to the penalty spot. Add instruction, low block. I mean, should I always take these suggestions? It seems low block and higher defensive line are kind of counter to each other, aren't they? Hey, Goku. Yeah, good night. Thanks for coming in the channel. Appreciate it. Okay, so out of possession, low block. So that's when we're out of possession. Okay. So they're saying a higher defensive line. So I changed them both to what they wanted. Okay. Opposition touches to shots conversion. We're allowing the opposition to have a good shots to touches ratio in our penalty area, but ours is pretty good in their area. You can see 4 of 20 shot attempts from inside our penalty area. 162 of the 360 occasions on which we've allowed the opposition into the attacking third of the pitch have come from central positions. Yeah, so that's why I'm trying to funnel them wide. That's why I've got the outside trap. Look at their striker. Oh, when the game has started. Let's see. Players, senior squad tactics. He's pretty well scouted. He dribbles pretty well. He's playing striker. Oh, he's left-footed. So we probably need to shepherd him onto his right foot. What was his name? Terrell Whitaker. He's small, so trap him outside the box. So that's this tactic right here, right? Trap outside. So he is 5'7". Oh, okay. So basically, you trap them outside the box. They can't. So they can't kind of. They have a harder time muscling their way in to the box. You trap them outside. Let's see his strength. Yeah, his strength's only 6. Okay, good to know. So then I can do the same thing for out of possession phase, right? Just click on that and then come over here, match preparation, and then click on this. And it looks like I've kind of dealt with those things. Okay. All right. So this analysis is based on the last 5 matches, the positives and the negatives. Okay. I've seen the screen before. I think I've been taken to the screen before when I check these. So now this stuff here, the set piece preparation, that's all done by, I don't have to worry about that if I have a set piece coach, right? He's taking care of all this stuff. Okay. Well, hopefully nobody gets injured. And then nobody gets injured tomorrow. It's 6 o'clock at night. Please, nobody get injured tomorrow. Okay. Let's see. Maybe my guy signed for me, huh? No. He always comes in and says, no, replace these guys. But Lapsley, McGavin, and Hall are the players that have the affinity. That's why I play them. And then at the end of the game, if I have to take one of them off or something, usually by then we've scored enough goals where we can just kind of kill the game. But he's always saying, I suggest we pick these guys because I want to be the boss. Yeah. See, the reason he wants to play him is because he's on loan. And you know what? I don't know if maybe I can cancel his loan. Yeah, I can't terminate the loan. He's on a long-term loan. Expires next May. Yeah, Jenkins Davis. He's my backup. He can play central midfield or he can play attacking midfielder, I guess, up here. And then I have Brad. He's also a midfielder. This guy is specifically to cover my left back because my left back, at least beginning of the season, he was getting really winded easily. And then I have another center back here, but he got injured. He won't be ready for 4 days. This guy, I tried to get him just to go on a free, just to leave. He wouldn't do it. He got mad at me. That's a good question. That's a good question. Is okay. Yeah, I should always have a backup goalkeeper. I get that. But what about how many defenders versus how many midfielders versus how many attackers? I only get four choices and I can only use three of them. So what's the ratio? Like, because right now I've got two defenders, I've got two Brad Ash can also play as a striker, and he can play pretty much every midfield position. Not necessarily great, but um, Jack Strobes is very good also in midfield. What I'm trying to do is they've all been off for a week, so they're all like feeling really good. I'm trying to pick players for my team. I'm trying to rotate. I'm learning how to rotate players in and out. Um, okay. Well, let's see what happens. That is tomorrow. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to put any first team players. And I have to wait till that left back comes in to see where I'm going to put him. Quinton tips Torquay to stay up. Brad Quinton took several questions about Dover Athletic and his future chances when he faced the press ahead of Hemel Hempstead Town's match against Torquay United in the Vanarama National League South as they continue their battle to avoid relegation. The non-league paper chose the main focus point for the conference with journalist Delroy Stewart asking, Torquay have been widely picked to struggle to avoid relegation. Can you see them surviving? Quinton endeared himself to the room with a warm smile before saying, it might go to the wire and they'll need a bit of luck along the way, but I can see them pulling it off. Definitely. Well, I better pull it off because the board expects me to finish mid-table. So I better pull it off. I told you, dude, look at this. I told you, Will Jenkins Davies injured. I told you it would happen on the 22nd. It's 2:15 in the afternoon. They probably haven't even done their final session yet. Oh, brother. I want to look at him and see what's his history. Yeah, that was today. Nah, it's a slight injury. Okay, let's go back up here. I guess I'm going to put Kevin Dawson up here. He is a midfielder also. He can play in the midfield. So I got one defender, two defenders. Austin Booth can play. He can play on the. He can play on the right. He's competent on the right. He can also play up midfield, but he prefers to play. His injury is so fresh. He doesn't even have a card up here yet. Jenkins Davies just got injured. They're just taking him in to the training room off the field. Good. Got a 7.8 in his training. I think it's kind of cool because so these yellow indicators mean that they're going up, right? They're getting better in those attributes. Brad Ash, he's had bad training. He just doesn't train well. He's in the team though, so I don't want to make him mad by talking to him about it now, but okay, it's actually what 9:15? Yeah, 9:15 at night now. Yeah, the training load is low. What does my medical look like? Look at it. They all have increased injury risk because they're playing a game where you kick things. But make sure I have my guys here where I want them. Emil Hempstead. I watched Torquay United under 18s emerge victorious against Bath City under 18s at Seal Hayne this afternoon. Christos was the team's top performer. His all action display gave the Bath City defense a horrible time, and the right winger was one of Torquay's best attackers. Yeah, but see, that's all he does. What if I could train him to do something else? So right now, if I wanted to train him, I'd have to take over. Um, I'd have to take over coaching the under 18s, right? In order to, in order to set up a in order to set up training and all that stuff. I have my head of youth development doing that. Seems like that's okay. He had a 9.2. He was substituted out. Player of the match. Two 0. Did he score a goal? Let's see. Charlie Tully and Darren Mills scored, but I guess he wrought havoc on the team on Bath City. Oh, Will Jenkins can get back on the team. And I can also put Ollie Tomlinson in there too if I want to. So we can put Jenkins back on the team for Kevin Dawson. Is this okay to do? It says in the medical report, it said he's capable of playing in the forthcoming fixture with minimal risk of complications. He had a bruised ankle. But when I go in here, it says he's injured and he won't return to full training in 2 days. So I can still play him? Fine on the bench. What if I have to play him though? You know? What if I have to put him in the game? The same with him. He's going to return to full training in 3 days. Pass the fitness test, recommended to limit to a maximum of 75 minutes of action. I think I'll just leave it. I'm just going to leave it with Dawson, too. I mean, Dawson's pretty good. He right now is 3.5 stars. Dawson's 3. But Dawson's not injured. So you think he'll be fine for 45 minutes, huh? If I put him up there? And then Austin Booth can play on the right if I need him to. Because Ollie Tomlinson, even though he's accomplished on the right, he pretty much only wants to play in center. And if I play him on the right, he gets kind of petulant. He gets kind of grumpy. Like, dude, you need to play where I need you to play. Tactical meeting. This is going to tell me all the changes to make. Yep, I want you to mess up your midfield. All of the affinity that these guys have built together, I want you to mess that all up. He wants me to put Stobbs in for De Silva. Oh, because Stobbs is he's 3 stars. I think De Silva is 2.5, but potential of 4. And De Silva's really good. He's good. Let's see what his history is. Played for QPR. He had 19 appearances for Torquay, 3 goals. That was last year. This year, 8 appearances, 1 goal, 2 assists. Got an average of 7 rating. What does what's Stobbs' average rating? 7.04, a little bit better. 7 appearances, 1 goal, 1 player of the match. Yeah, I like De Silva. I'm inside forward, so he's coming in this way. Collins is supporting. Okay. Let's submit the team. Okay, Collins is happy. Moxie's emboldened. Ryan Hansen is satisfied. Brett McGavin is satisfied. Okay, go to the match. Now I've heard from streamers and like Zealand and Lelujo. I think more specifically Lelujo, and I think maybe Work the Space. They recommend just clicking on the assistant recommends. I've done that recently though, and the guys just stay composed. Sometimes they get fired up, but they usually are just like really stoic. So do you deviate from this? I want to win every match, and today is no different. Let's go. These fans turn up through thick and thin, and remember that as you go out there today, that one there. I don't think there's ever been, I don't think I've ever seen any rain in these matches. Welcome to the channel, chatters. I should have put my message up there. I usually put up welcome to the channel. I like this one. I want to win every match. Today's no different. Let's go. I usually don't use gestures either. Because, I mean, these guys are like, you don't want to freak them out. I think I'm just going to take this. He seemed pleased. All right, let's go to the match preview. Emil Hempstead, Whitaker, we got him marked. I have a question for you too. You do? Is it Deeb? Dibe? Dibazak? So I've had saves before where I've tried to pick out what I kind of like what I feel, kind of like a role playing game type of thing. This is how I feel about the situation. That's why I said I would pick I want to win every game, and this game's no different. Let's go. But I just feel like that players might, I don't know. But I've played that way before and I've totally messed it up. Okay, they have a lot of the ball already. Well, we actually, okay, we're struggling a little bit with possession, looks like. So let me ask you guys about this. So this means that Himmel is attacking down the right side 75% of the time, right? And we are attacking their goal 50% of the time from the right and from the middle. And then this means that they are controlling the midfield 33% to 28%, right? They're controlling the midfield. And we're actually getting more control of the ball than their end. No, this is our end. We're actually getting control of the ball more on their end. Thanks for following, guys. Appreciate it. Where most of the possession is, right? So on their end, we have I guess so. This is like this is attacking third, midfield, and defending third. So we're getting 12% of the possession in the attacking third, and we're controlling our end of the pitch as well. So it's going to be a midfield battle between Asa Hall, Tom Lapsley, and Brett McGavin against their midfield. And then over here, the heat map, this shows the average position, right? Oh, no, yeah, I support Chelsea. and Torquay. Um, the story with Chelsea is that I live here in the US, and when NBC got the Premier League back in like 2010, 2011, it was the year that the US played, it was World Cup year, so I think it's 2010. The US had an okay World Cup. I think they got out of the first round and into the might have gotten into the round of 16, and they got knocked out of the round of 16. But that piqued my interest because I played some soccer when I was in grade school. I played hockey in high school. But so the World Cup, watching that, um, piqued my interest for soccer, and it was coming to NBC that fall, and so I first started watching the games, and for some reason, like the first three or four games, Chelsea was on, and I Didier Drogba. That's when Kevin De Bruyne played for them, John Terry, Frank Lampard. Um, they they were an attacking team, and I like that. They were an attacking team, and they would rampage down the field. And I remember Kevin De Bruyne, even then, as a young he played right wing in a game that I remembered. He was just running up and down that field, man. He was amazing. And of course, Jose Mourinho um, made two of the biggest mistakes in the history of world football, letting De Bruyne go and Salah go as like two Hall of Fame in any FIFA Hall of Fame, Premier League Hall of Fame, Champions League Hall of Fame. Let him go. And I think I think De Bruyne came out recently, like one of the last 5 years or so. He came out and he said, "Yeah," he said, "I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready." That's what Mourinho said. They weren't ready. They wanted to play like right away, and they weren't ready to listen and to keep developing and stuff like that. And then De Bruyne goes to Wolfsburg and uh, just becomes a great player. And Salah went to Roma, I think, and maybe another team before he wound up at Liverpool. It's just a heat map of where the ball has been in possession. So the more prominent the color, the more possession in that area. I think Andre, I don't know. I've seen Andre, I think. I don't maybe not the same Andre. So the heat map is where the ball has been in possession by this would be by my team, right? We've had the ball in possession in these light blue areas. But then is this also the average position of my players? That's what I heard is that it's like one, two, three, four of my players are averaging their average position is in the opposition's half. And for Himmel, only one of their players is averaging their average position is in my half of the pitch. But looks like they have more possession. But here it says, yeah, Fiorentina, yep, before Roma, yep. So you were saying the color, the more prominent the color, the more possession in that area. Okay. So Fiorentina they've had more possession in their own half, some possession in our half. What I wanted to ask you though, Ragtag or Deeb or Goku, is so I'm using a skin that was developed by Work the Space. It's called WTS, I think. The Work the Space skin that he developed with a friend of his, I guess. But when I first started playing with this is when I had the skin, there was like a highlight box, a box over here that had the game stats in it. And now it's not there. Now, somebody said that there's a way to um to like change the size of the box or something. Somebody said there was a way to change the size of the tablet. I wonder if I can just deactivate if the tablet is in the skin, because I like the skin. I like the skin, but I also like seeing up here what the stats are without having to click like over here and see this big yellow box. Yeah. Okay, now here's the question for you guys. I love you guys being here, man. This is awesome because I get to pick your brains on this. Um, so we've got like a shot map here. Oh, Daniel Martin got a yellow card already. Gosh, man. The guy's a hothead. Guy's a hothead. Um, so this is the goal, right? This is the goal. And then it shows you how many shots were like on target or whatever. And then it shows you out here like where the ball went in relation to where the goal is. Is that right? So I want to see if we've got 47% possession. I wonder if I should have a positive. Okay. So this is the goal because I know sometimes on another screen I look and it'll say like 8, 5, whatever. No, it'll just have random numbers up here. And so I'm like, what are those numbers? So that means that up here, like over the history of like the 10 games that they played or whatever, if it says 8 up here, then that means that 8 of the team shots have gone missed this corner of the goal or whatever. They go over the goal. That's where they go. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so let's see. Hemel Hempstead is attacking. Go back into the game. The guys are all really healthy looking, really strong. Hemel Hempstead attack. They're attacking on the right. So they're attacking up here. Is there a specific tactic that I can use to... I'm using the funnel outside. I'm using trap outside. I guess just keep an eye on the... I guess just keep an eye on the heat map to make sure that my guys are funneling them outside. Okay, Jarvis gets the ball back. He passes off to Collins. Collins dribbles up the field. He gives it to Krask, who rampages forward, goes down. Yeah, there's a foul there. It's going to be a corner. Oh, there's a penalty. Was he in the box? We'll take it. I mean, if they want to give it to us. AD by I was watching a streamer named Lelujo. Just keep an eye on the player ratings. Watching the streamer named Lolujo, Lollujo. He's really good. He's got some good training videos, and then Work the Space. He's got some good training videos also. Lolujo basically starts off every save with a 4-3-3 DM. Well, at least he starts off saves with teams that are in the lower divisions like Torquay. He starts off with a 4-3-3 DM wide custom wing play. Especially if you have fast players. Like De Silva is acceleration 14, agility 11, balance. He's got 12 pace. So these guys can get up the field really quick. 13 acceleration, 12 pace. Martin is 10 acceleration, 12 pace. So if you have fast midfielders that can play the position, 13 acceleration, 12 pace. 5-2-1-2 is good. So Ragtag, this down arrow, does that mean that his overall proficiency is going down, or does that mean just in the game right now? Maybe because he's losing some conditioning, whatever, or sharpness. He should be gaining sharpness. Yeah, because you see going up here, but going down over here. Okay, let's see. So he's decreasing in the match? Or is he decreasing? That show he's decreasing like overall? Okay, let's watch the goal that's going to be scored here by Jarvis. Got it. Got it. I didn't see the penalty though. Overall, okay. That's too bad. Torquay attack. Let's look at the ratings. Aaron Jarvis a couple of games ago had a 10. He had 2 goals, played a great game. They're still attacking up the right-hand side, but they're not attacking through the middle, which is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to avoid them going through the middle. And I think it's because they're not very good at crossing the ball. Oh, right. Ragtag, because you told me their striker is only 5'7", so I want them. Should I change this tactic to encourage them to cross the ball? Invite crosses? Because their striker is so small? Invite crosses asks the team to allow crosses in an effort to defend in situations they would be confident of being successful in, perhaps against opponents with smaller forwards or those who prefer to stay more in central areas. I might change it to that because they told me that Ross Marshall, I gotta change this back. Ross Marshall is good at heading. He's a 12, and he is what is he, 6'3"? So let's go back to don't invite crosses or stop crosses. Okay. I don't think I changed it. Okay. Hemel Hempstead attack. Torquay attack. They're in their groove. Halstead's holding on the ball there kind of long. In transition. I'm telling him to distribute quickly. He's not doing it. Here we go. There we go. De Silva. Run at him. Oh, man. Okay, halftime's coming up. Okay, let's skip that one. See, they're more in the middle of the field. Okay, here we go. Corner. Let's get another goal before halftime. Scored all right, Collins. Nice. Nice. Let's see. Collins gets the ball here and just drives it. All right. Yeah, see this thing over here, the match stats. Maybe that mod which expands the tablet prevents this from expanding out here. What's our XG? 145. Okay, we have 6 shots, 3 on target. XG is 145. Corners. Possession 43%. Well, it looks like Hempstead has got the possession. They're just not able to do anything with it. There's the heat map. They've had some possession. Most of their possession's been in their half of the field. Like, and up the right side, which is what the game says they're doing. They're trying to attack on the right. We've had some really good possession. So you recommend using an older version of the work the space skin? I support Chelsea and to a lesser degree Torquay because I vacationed. Me and my family, well, my wife and I vacationed in Wales. My daughter went there when she was 18 and got married when she was like 20. And we went there. And one of the things I wanted to do, because I'm a big Fawlty Towers fan, So I wanted to go to Torquay, and we went to Torquay and we stayed at the Hotel Glen Eagles, which John Cleese based Fawlty Towers. He based Fawlty Towers on his experiences at the Hotel Glen Eagles when Monty Python was there filming Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So if you've never seen it, Fawlty Towers is like probably the funniest sitcom that I've ever seen. It's hilarious. You're half Welsh? My the family on my biological father's side was Welsh. And then my family on my biological, well, my biological mother, I don't know if you can have, well, I guess, yeah. My biological mother's side were from England, Lincolnshire. So yeah, man, as soon as my daughter found out, I don't know, she was like 16, 17 years old. As soon as she found out that my ancestors were from Wales, She wanted to go to Wales. She was there for like 2 or 3 years and then she came home. She got married, she came home, got divorced. So like by 2021, she was divorced. Um, but now she's happily married to another guy. They've been happily married for quite a while. She's got 3 kids. So yeah, my biological father's side. So that's my paternal grandma and grandpa were both first generation Americans from Wales. And then on my mom's side, my grandpa's mom was an American Indian, and her husband was English. So, so we've had a lot more possession in their half than they've had in our half. Even though we've only had what they're dominating the possession midfield, we're we've got the edge in their end of the field, and we've got it's even in our end of the field. So I'm going to probably adjust the tactics. We'll adjust the tactics at he's got a yellow card. Both of these guys got yellow cards. 12th minute, 13th minute. Maybe it was handbags at 20 paces. So we've got 3 guys that are over 7 player rating. And they might be able to finish. So ragtag. So like right here, these guys might be able to finish the match. If they can finish the match, like they're down to fair and they can finish the match, do you just leave them on, or do you always use all of your subs? So one of the tactics I want to change is I want him to distribute quickly. You don't normally use all your subs. I mean, I think I've learned from watching Premier League is that you use all your subs like by the 75th minute, and you're pretty much guaranteed to have a player get injured that you can't sub in because you go down a player because somebody gets injured. You've already used all your subs in like this by the 65th minute. And then another thing too, I've noticed is that players that I've watched, they don't sub out players that are having good games. I think playing okay is if they're tired, it's okay to sub them out. But if they are having a good game, you try to leave them in if you can. So we're not doing the crossing or yeah, we're not changing the crossing. I wonder if I should go to balance now. We're up 2-0. Carefully balancing risk and reward enables the head coach to assess the match situation and how well the team is playing prior to switching to a more specialized tactical plan. I can probably leave it on positive. I mean, we're up by 2 goals. We're ahead on the scoreboard, and we certainly deserve to be given how much we've created. So I'm pleased. Nice. Look at everybody's happy except for these guys, the subs. I think he's only 16 years old. He's nervous he's going to get called into the game. He's like, no, don't call my name, coach. Well, let's go. De Silva, Torquay attack. Throw in. Okay. Collins brings it up on the right flank. Gets ready to cross. Crass gives it to Lapsley. Williams intercepts. Marshall intercepts. Cross it. There it is. There it is. Dylan De Silva, second goal of the season. There it is. There are sixes. Hemel Hempstead's is sixes and sevens. Okay, they're still trying to come up the right. We pretty much shut them down on the left and in the center. Okay, they're not really heating up. They're just kind of kicking the ball back and forth in the midfield. Wait. Oh, Kyle AJ? Okay, they're making substitutions. So what do we think? Finley Trask, he's tired. He should probably come out. So we're in the 80th minute. So let's substitute him out. We're going to change our tactics. We're going to bring in Austin Booth. And let's see. I'm going to change our tactics. We're going to stop passing into space. We're going to do a little bit less direct, but we're going to go tempo is going to be lower. We're going to start wasting time. Be more disciplined. Probably narrow the attacking space. We're going to do regroup when we lose possession, hold our shape, don't counter anymore, slow down the pace, do long kicks. Out of possession, we're still going to trap outside and we'll keep the low block. He's on a yellow. I wonder if I should keep him in. I'd bring Zola on. He's composed. Let's bring Zola on just so try to see this result through in the time remaining. How do the subs feel about it? He is composed. And where's the other guy? Oh. Booth is composed. Oh, you know what I got to do too? I forget to do this. I forget to change my tactic. Sub yellow cards. Yeah. Okay, let's change our tactic to defensive. Encourage. How much time's left? 9 minutes. So ragtag, you mean sub yellow cards, right? Not necessarily these guys are yellow down here. Okay, Colin's bringing it up. They're storming up. Is it a corner? Okay, it's a corner. King got the ball. 5 minutes to go. Okay, our possession's doing okay. Most of their possessions in the midfield. That ends the match. We've only lost one game all season. We're not testing the opposition goalkeeper, but we're somehow ahead. Statistics indicate we're in control of the match, passing well and getting our shots on target. See, normally those things would come up over here, like when to do substitutions and stuff. But I think because of the tablet, the mod, it's not coming up. So heat map, yeah, look at where their possession was, right at midfield. They had a little bit of stuff going on over here, but I mean, all of this is like, I guess that's just the case of us funneling them out to the, so I guess, we were told that they don't have a very good crossing game. So if they don't have a good crossing game, you do want to funnel them out so they're forced to cross the ball. Our goalkeeper was kind of busy. How many shots? Our XG was 2.25. So I don't know how to read this yet either. I have to figure that out. I gotta get going though. It is 12:10 here in my neck of the woods. Um, Moxie had 9 attempted completed crosses. I don't know what this is here. So he had 9 crosses and he completed 11% of them. Is that what that means? Lewis Collin was the man of the match. He had key passes. He had clear-cut chances created. He had a goal and 1 assist. De Silva scored. Jarvis scored. So Collins was, 8.4. Terrell Whitaker, their short striker, 5.9. He did not have a good day. Okay, let's go to the dressing room. So he understands he got pulled off due to being booked. Finley, we took Krask off because he was tired. He struggled to meet the pace of the match. Both of them did because they were probably low on conditioning. Positively thrilled, very happy, thrilled, delighted, thrilled, happy. Nice. Even the subs, even though they struggled to get into the game, they're thrilled and happy. Hemel Hempstead Town succumbed to a 3-0 loss in this afternoon's Vanarama National League South clash at the Focus Community Arena. Advanced forward Aaron Jarvis gave Torquay the lead with a placed penalty in the 28th minute. Winger Lewis Collins doubled Torquay's lead with a rifle drive, which kept low in the 45th minute. Dylan De Silva played as left winger, completed the route with a freak goal on 56 minutes. Okay. Torquay have climbed above teams such as Weston, Supermare, Tunbridge, Angels, and Dartford to 12th place in the Vanarama National League South. Torquay has drawn 3 of their last 5 away league games. I've drawn 3 of them? Torquay has drawn 3 of their last 5 away league games. Okay. If you say so, game. Collins on fire. Lewis Collins put in a player of the match performance during Torquay's convincing 3-0 Vanarama National League South victory over Hemel Hempstead this afternoon, according to TalkSport. Collins' pace and skill on the ball was a constant threat to the Hemel Hempstead defense, and the right winger thoroughly deserved his goal. Collins added to the scoreline with a rifle drive, which kept low in the 45th minute. The new Torquay signing has already made it known in recent days that he is pleased to be part of the setup at Plainmoor. Let's see. Fans say imagine being one of those people banging on about the defense after a win like that. Goals win games. I think every young striker should watch our forwards today. They were absolutely clinical. That's my big thing. Is I've been having them trying to have them do once a week, do a attacking patience to work on their finishing. All right, let's see. Where are we? We're up to 12th. So if we hadn't had that 10-point deduction, we'd be on 21 points. We'd be in fourth place above Welling if we hadn't had that 10-point deduction. So we are what? I can look at yes, clean sheets are very good. Love the clean sheets. What was this? Who got injured in training? Oh, is this home screen? It says something about somebody getting injured in training. The game's over. Okay, let's see. What's our form? Quinton disappointed and humbling defeat. Collins on fire for Torquay. Vanarama South cracker at Bolita Park. That's not us. That's Weston Supermare putting Truro down. Player of the week, Brad Berry. 2 goals, 3 key passes. Excuse me. So look at our profit loss this season. Let's see. Go here and find this. Here we go. So let's see, 23rd. We've got another game in a week. So we actually have a stretch here. There's a week between this game, 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 and then we go back into the 3 games in a week. And it's probably only going to get worse if we get it further into the FA Cup. Recent form. What if you can span that out? Oh, matches and results. Here we go. Why can't I see the whole thing? I want to see all my matches and results. Okay, win, draw, win, loss, win. Win, draw, win, loss, win. Yeah, see, we beat, so down here, we beat Farnborough, who at the time were in second place in the division. The very next week, we lost to Chelmsford, which was like 4 from the bottom. You can see Chelmsford's down here. They were like in 20th when we beat them, or when we lost to them 2-1. And Farnborough is in second place. I'm like, okay. And I'm pretty sure we used pretty much the same tactics against Farnborough as we did against Chelmsford. And they had their 2 goals. I think they only had 2 shots on goal. And they were both balls over the defense. They were long balls over the defense to a fast forward, and they scored. So you just kind of throw your hands up in the air and go, oh, okay, whatever. All right, I think that's going to do it for me for tonight. Liking the look of things. Things are shaping up really good. Let's see. Where did I find this last? Oh, here, yeah. So we're on 11 points. And our goal differential is 15. So we are, yeah, we lost to Chelmsford. So we are, 6-3-1. We've only lost 1 game. Which is good enough to be in the top 3 of the division. But again, we had that 15-point deduction or 10-point deduction. So, anywho, I'm tired. I got to go to bed. Go ahead and save this. Save game. So we're doing good. And it's fun. And I appreciate all you guys being here. Basically being my tutorials. Thanks for coming in the chat, saying hi, throwing me a follow. I appreciate that. But yeah, I really appreciate having you guys in here to help me out because I need the help. Let's see. Yeah, I did get a couple of achievements yesterday. Uh, well, today. It's now yesterday because it's after midnight here. I scored a goal in 10 consecutive competitive matches. One of my players had a hat trick in a competitive match, and I gave a player under the age of 23 their league debut. I think that was actually Zola. So that's going to do it for me. Um, like I said, I appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate it so much. Toss me a follow. I appreciate that also. I just got to 50 followers a couple days ago. And the way I got there was so unusual because I'm focused on the game, you know, locked in. And then all of a sudden, out of it, and it's kind of funny because I watch back the video. Me and my wife and my daughter watch back my VOD, and I'm locked into the game. And you can see some people entering the channel. And I kind of glance over like this and I go right back to the game. And then maybe about 30 seconds later, I see flashing light and I saw 50 followers, 50 followers. I had 46 at the time, 50 followers, 50 followers, just flashing in the corner of my eye. And I look over and I go, hey, what's going on? I was trying to figure out what was going on. That reminds me, I'm going to send you guys on a raid. Um, but yeah, somebody raided my channel and like 12 people came into my channel and like nine of them subscribed. And it put me over 50 subscribers. And I'm like, what's going on over here? I didn't know. It's the first time anybody had ever rated me. So yeah, it was kind of cool. I think the way I do this is I just do I do /raid. Find someone to raid. Okay, there is Will Play Stuff. He's been on for 4 hours. Uh, King Chocobaz Kaz. He I like to switch. I like to send people off to. It looks like there's an English channel here. He's been on for a while though. No, this is. I'm gonna send you over to King Chocobo Kaz because he's got 5 viewers. So I'll just send you guys over there if you want to go over there. Then I'm just gonna click on him and just click on here. Made affiliate, come celebrate by spending 70 million and pushing for the promotion to premier. So I'm gonna click on him. And then I'm gonna click on start the raid. Thanks guys if you're still on the channel. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Panorama. I guess I'm still on. I don't know if I'm still on. Um, so I guess that's the end of my stream. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Oh, wherever you are in the wide world, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, or night, put yourself in a position to be blessed and be blessed. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Sorry, everybody. I was just munching on some nuts. Sorry.